How's everything going on? Vous allez bien? Wait. Uh, I can't see the chat. Give me a few things in the chat so I know that I am audible nicely. Give me some. Yeah, okay. Bonjour, Japli. Vous allez bien? Okay. So I am very happy uh today because we are doing a live after quite some time, and we are inviting someone who's like, I've been with Smiley since not a long time, but we studied together for a couple months. Previously, she was learning with Arti ma'am, and she did great. In like since the beginning, she was very calm, composed, and she has recently gotten her result from for TCF, and she got her CLB 7. So I will welcome Smiley here. Bonjour Smiley.
Bonjour, madame.
Comment ça va?
Ça va bien et vous?
Ça va aussi. Uh, I get flashbacks of our classes.
Yeah, that's right.
Great, great. Okay, Savas. So should we, before getting right into it, do you have anything you want to say before I start with my questions?
No, no, I don't have anything. But yeah, thanks to
Sava.
the Love for It team, it helped me a lot, even though it was my second attempt.
Oh, no, no. Of course, we would help you. I mean, that is what we do, so why not?
Yeah.
Sava. Uh, okay. So tell me about your overall French learning journey. About like since the time you decided that I want to start learning French, start from there.
So I started with A1 with some other institute. It was only giving me recorded sessions. But I chose French because I didn't want to leave this province. So I chose French. Um, and so once I started A1, it was very, very difficult because it's a new vocabulary and everything. I needed to start. It was like learning a new language. You need to make all the sentences like I am a boy or like he's a boy, I'm a girl. This was very frustrating that I need to start from here. But after that, when I jumped to A2 and I was getting a hang of it, then it was a bit okay, but jumping from A2 to B1 was a big jump. And then B1 to B2 was another big jump. So it was a bit hassle, but yeah, it was okay at the end.
Okay. And can you tell me in detail like how much time it took you from zero to CLB 7?
It actually took me almost a year
Mm-hmm.
because I went to India twice in that journey. Yeah, so that really took me off from there. But yeah, after that, so yeah, when I went to India, it really gave me a gap and I literally forgot, but then I had to restart it. So I
Hmm.
used to watch the recorded sessions of the live classes so that I could cover that up. And yeah, in between, also there was times when I wanted to quit, so I didn't join the classes. So yeah, that's why it took me a year.
When was that?
So like quitting
Mm-hmm.
many times. It was many times. I wanted to like I can't do this because listening was very very hard for me at first. But then I got the resources where I worked hard, so that just really helped me out.
Hmm.
And also for this schedule. My job is actually very flexible, so they give me the same schedule every day, like Monday through Friday. I was just working the same shift. It was not rotating shifts, and that helped me a lot because I could give time so that my
Hmm.
classes doesn't go, and also I would give 2 hours daily after the live classes for the grammar and other parts. And on the
Okay.
weekends I was free, so I could give 4 to 5 hours
Hmm. So it took you around 2 years. Sorry, one
a
year.
year.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It took you around a year to get to this level. How was your experience with the TCF exam?
So TCF, I think, was a bit better than TEF. Earlier, I was preparing for TEF, but TC after giving my first attempt, only then I got the courage that it's doable. You might also remember that I called you that I do think it's doable, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna get it in this one. So that really gave me the motivation because once you appear in the exam, you see how it goes. But it was not frustrating as I thought it would be, or stressed me out because the teachers there are very, very kind, and I noticed that they do want you to get the success. So they are okay with that. They are judging you, but they still want you to get the success in the exam. So they help you a
Hmm.
lot.
Okay. Okay. And can you talk about TCF ka every part like reading, writing, speaking, listening?
So reading actually was easiest part for me because I think reading is my thing. I am a reader. So I used to read stories. I used to read kids' stories or some stories in French at my work at my break time so that I can get the hang of the language. And for that, I used Quizzic. There's a site. They have really good stories about kids. They use the grammar and then they explain you the grammar and stuff. So for reading, I use that. And after that, all the and the Prep My Future also helped me a lot. It has all the exam based things, so I used to go there, give the exam and see how I'm doing. At earlier it was a bit difficult because we started at B1, but it's more of B2 and exam level. But I still continued with it and
Mhm.
started giving mock tests on Prep My Future so that I can get the hang of reading. And I was always good at reading, but listening was the hardest part for me. So for listening earlier, I was just using YouTube videos as to for a Delph B1 and B2, so I can see if I'm able to uh, answer those questions. But at certain point, I felt that it wasn't the right fit because that's not gonna come in TCF. It's just Delph B2 based. So I have switched to Prep My Future as our team member was pushing me that you should continue with Prep My Future as it's exam based. So I used that. It was also difficult for me there. So I wanted to quit because of the listening only. Then I switched to TV Sank Moons for some time because they had a shorter sessions of like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So I started with that, doing
Mm.
daily 15 minutes practice. And then I jumped again to Prep My Future for doing the whole sessions of the full exam so that I can get the hang of it. But yes, I needed to train my ears first with TV Sank Moons short sessions, another YouTube video session so that I can uh, have my ear trained so that I can listen for 40 minutes in the exam. And listening daily, I think, is the key because if you don't listen daily, your ears will not cooperate with you. It happened to me in the first attempt because I didn't listen for a week before the exam because I was frustrated. And
Mhm.
then at the exam, my ears was like, we don't know what's happening. So I was like, no, I need to listen to it every day. And that's what I recommend as well. That listening is a thing that you need to do every day.
Yes,
For
definitely.
for writing, what you recommended me that just to put a timer for 1 hour, write all the three tasks, then check it out. That helped me a lot because that was stressing me out at how I'm gonna write three tasks in 1 hour. But then that strategy of 10 minutes to first, 20 to second, 30 to the third task helped me a lot. So I used that strategy. Earlier, it was like 15 minutes buffer time because I couldn't do it. But
Mm.
as I practiced, then it was okay for me, and I was able to write within an hour all three tasks, which helped me a lot in the exam. Also,
Yeah.
I guess it's beneficial in the TCF exam that you have a counter of words. So you don't have to count anything. They just let you know that this is the word limit. So that helped me also. Also, I was very worried about the typing part, but the laugh or a keyboard that you have on the website, it helped me because that's same as same as TCF, because
Okay.
you just need to click on it. You don't need to do anything. Just click on it and the accent will appear.
Yeah,
Earlier, I
that
was
was
trying
our
to,
vision actually.
yeah. I'm also
Sorry, please.
recommending it to my followers because that helped me because I couldn't find anywhere the French keyboard. So I was like, I tried to do it on my laptop and it just starting doing some weird stuff. So I was like, I can't. So I used your keyboard only.
Okay, that
Yeah.
is nice to know because I use it, but then I also recommend to my students, but I didn't know that it was the same as the
No,
exam
it's like
keyboard also.
for it is basically it's the same because you just clicking, and in TCF also just need to click it.
Hmm.
And for caps lock, just a difference on your side, you just like click on shift, but there you just need to click on the caps and it will work in the
Okay.
caps. That's the only difference. Otherwise, it's the same thing. So I recommend it to my followers as well that you can just use it. It's free only, so just use it. Why not? And you can just copy paste and let know the Chat GPT what you're doing if you're
Yeah, and
doing
it's
something wrong.
yeah, and it's always going to be free, like the keyboard at least.
Yeah,
ठीक है. Can
that
you
really helped me out. Yeah, go ahead.
tell me about the exam center now? Like, how was it, and where is it, first of all?
It's in Vancouver. It's so people who are living in Vancouver, they would know that you just take the train, SkyTrain to Joycewood Collingwood station, and from there you need to take the bus. It's R4. It's rapid bus. Everyone might know. So R4, you need to go to the Oakville SkyTrain station, and from there it's just a walk of like 12 minutes, and that's Alliance Francis Vancouver. I have it in my reel as well, but yeah, that's like 1 hour from my home. That's fine.
Uh-huh.
You need to do sacrifice. So
Yeah.
12 minutes walk, and then there's the exam on the third floor. They have that Alliance Francaise Center for the exam. And once you enter, they're just gonna ask for the verification, your passport, and just keep your phone for whole 4 hours of the exam. It really stressed me out because in between I was without my phone, and like I was like, what? They didn't do it in the first attempt though, so I was very surprised. They did it in the second. They were like, so my speaking was first. So after once I was done with speaking, I asked them for my phone, and they were like, we're not gonna give it to you once you're done with the exam. So I was like, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna wait.
Okay.
I waited. So yeah, once you're done with the verification, they're just gonna make you sign some documents, and then you just wait for your speaking. So they like send you an email 1 week before the exam for the speaking and all the time as to at what time you're gonna give the exam. So my speaking was always first in both of the attempts. So you just wait for some students, and then it's your turn. So the main thing that worked for me, I got the same teacher for speaking the both the times. And actually, the surprising part is he remembered me. He
Oh.
was like, "Are you giving it for the for the second time?" So I was like, "Yeah." So he was like, "I remember you." And I was like he said, "Je me souviens," and I was like, "Okay, okay, that's fine." So yeah, but he's very kind, but they look at you like they're judging you. So I got fumbled. Like I was like,
Uh,
okay.
okay.
So after the speaking, it's the listening first, listening, reading, and then writing. And they don't let you leave the classroom in that particular
Huh.
part. Yeah, and for listening and reading, you get the results on the spot. Yeah, so that was my experience at the center. But yeah, they shouldn't take your phone for 4 hours.
And how was like the questions? Like how was the environment? How were you said the examiner was kind, but what about the other staff that was there?
Other staff is also kind, but they're not very talkative because they have classes there. So
Hmm.
they are all teachers and they're just teaching the students and helping the other students who are coming there to learn French. So they're basically very busy on their own. But they have many other things there. You can actually explore their classes,
Mm-hmm.
talk sorry talk to their students, and they will let you know how they work with the TCF and TEF. Also they have some pamphlets and small books as well, where they have some information about DELF, TEF and TCF, so you can read them while you're waiting, or you can just talk to other students who are there. They actually don't talk because no one knows anyone, and there were no Indians. so
Oh.
i so I was like, okay, it's fine. In my batch, actually, there was no Indians, and also there's a good thing that they only have 8 to 10 people in one batch of the exam.
Mhm.
So that's also, I guess, is very calming because you are not rushing yourself for doing anything, and they provide everything. And yeah, they let you know everything. They are very kind, but yeah, phone taking was not good.
Okay. So, can you tell me about your learning a little in detail? Tell me ऐसे level wise and you did say initially कि A1 से A2 jump था या A2 से B1 jump था,
Yeah,
but like for different levels you also studied somewhere else, so you can talk about that as well. And
yeah.
tell me about the faculties that you learned with and what was your thought process during all this journey and all.
So for A1, I started with another institute. But they only offer like recorded sessions. So there were live sessions, but they had like more than 20 students. So I was not feeling that I'm getting the chance to speak. But A1 level doesn't have much, like only has the vocabulary and the simple things. So I was okay with doing A1 level at recorded sessions. But after that, I got really serious that I need to do it, otherwise, I need to leave the province. So I searched many institutes on the Google while I was sitting in the office. So I got to know about La Foray, and then I was like, why not give it a chance? So I joined with Aarti ma'am. I asked Saurabh to have like a demo class or meeting with the teacher I'm gonna study with,
Hmm.
because I was not satisfied with the teacher at the other institute. So I was wanting to know the teacher first. So I got to connect with Aarti ma'am. She saw that, yeah, I'm good with A1, so I can directly start from A2. That was also a bit calming because I already spent so much on that institute, but non-refundable. So I wasted my
Oh.
money. I was like, okay, I can start from A2 at least.
Hmm.
So in A2 level, I was feeling a bit stressed because I didn't know anything about A1, how you guys did it. So I asked Aarti ma'am
Okay.
as to if I'm leaving some stuff out from A1. So, but yeah, then came the A1 level exam with La Foray. So I did that, cleared that. So I was like, okay, I can do A2 then. So A2, we followed the Cosmopolite book. I think it's very much similar to the TCF listenings, because
Mhm.
Cosmopolite has conversation based listenings. And also in the TCF exam, you have conversations. So it was very similar. So it helped me so that
Mhm.
I can listen to because we were listening to conversations in the Cosmopolite books. So that helped me to
Right.
give that same attention in the TCF listening. And yeah, A2 to B1 was a big jump. I was
Yes.
getting to quit because I was like, what's happening? I don't understand. And only after, yeah, so in the B1, I went to India. So after
Oh.
I came back, I was like, I can't understand anything. But yeah, my other batchmates, they were very kind. They let me know. So also we made another groups, separate groups, so we can study together and see how we're doing. So that helped me in speaking. But yeah, B1 was a bit stressful, but Cosmopolite was the thing that I was just into that book then. That I need to clear it before I go into the live sessions again, because if I'm not done, then how I'm gonna do B2. And then
Mm.
came the B1 exam. You might remember me asking that, how was it? Did I pass or what? And then you said no, it was not bad at all. So I was okay that okay, because I was on the verge of starting B1 again, because I was
Yeah.
like I missed so much of it by going to India. But after
Mm.
clearing the B1 exam with Lafore, I was like, okay, let me give it a chance to B2. So I went to B2, but B2 was a roller coaster. I was like, it's it's not doable. I can't do it. It's so many tenses. We get the past, the subjunctive, and everything. I was like, maybe it's not for me. But
Mm.
then I got the motivation from my friends as well, that you need to appear in the exam, because if you start
Yes.
something, just finish it. So I was like, okay. So I gave the first attempt. Then I got to know it's because we need to only speak for 10 minutes. If we see realistically, we are just speaking for 10 minutes in the exam. The rest 5
Exactly.
minutes, the examiner is speaking for you.
Mm.
So I was like, if I'm only speaking for 10 minutes, that's fine. So I was like, it's doable. Let's just give another attempt, but give 2 months in between so I can cover all that up.
Yeah.
So yeah, your one-on-one live sessions with you and Pal ma'am also helped me for the preparation. And also then my batchmates, we studied for one-to-one on speaking. So that helped me
Mm.
a lot, because then you get to see how the other person is thinking. Their ideas were very good, better than me, of course. So that helped me to see, okay, I can do this.
Okay, and I feel like in the end, you have to listen a lot as well because, like, for speaking,
Yeah,
I'm saying, because in your group there were few more students, and with them also we learn with their mistakes.
yeah.
Yeah,
When we
because
were doing prep classes and you were correcting them, so I was like, okay, we
hmm,
can work on it. And that's subjunctive, gerundive, and those four tenses just worked wonders for me. I was like, I just need to use it somehow. So
yeah.
whenever he was judging me, I was like, let me just put some subjunctive in it or something, so he can just stop judging me for now. Because he looks at you like he just sits like this. Okay. And he's just like this. So I'm like, please don't judge me. So at that, whenever he was judging me, I was just putting some Sharonti for subjunctive here and there. So
Hmm,
yeah, I was showing off that yeah, I know this. That worked wonders for me. But yes, when you are with classmates and you're listening to their prep as well, that also motivates you. So
exactly,
like
and that gives
yeah,
you ideas as well. That gives you content because
yeah,
in class, agar if it's just the two of us, I give you one task to speak on, and that's all. But
yeah,
if there are others, you get to listen to three topics simultaneously,
yeah.
like in the same
Then
hour. Yeah.
yeah, so if there are four students, you get to listen to three tasks more. So
Hmm.
that gives you ideas that yes, if that comes to me, so I'll just speak about it. So that would help me a
Yes,
lot as well.
exactly. There was one question in the chat. What was the habit that made a lot of difference in your score?
It was actually the confidence. That's what I can say. If you're confident enough in speaking, that's what's gonna help you. Because if you're a little bit, because what happened in my second attempt, he um he asked me if you are ready, and I said I think I said je pense. So he was like, vous pensez ou no? So I was like, okay, I can do this. So he was judging my confidence first. And for habit, I would say what made the lot of difference was being consistent at the very end. Because earlier I was not consistent at all.
Hmm.
But obviously was the only option for me to get my PR. So I was consistent after B1, after I came back from India. I was consistent. And with the prep classes, I might have missed one or two, but I was seeing everyone's progress. And when they scored, I was like, okay, if they can, then I can too.
Exactly. The
After my
see,
first attempt,
50%
yes,
of
go
it
ahead.
is confidence.
It is.
Very
It
true.
is actually. So like once they appeared and succeeded, so I was like, I need to do it. I also want my poster in the Lavore. Like, what am I here for? By spending so much money, I need to do it now. So I gave my second attempt only because they succeeded. So
Hmm.
it gave me a lot of motivation.
Right. That's very nice to know. What would you say are the different, like first attempt, second attempt? What was the major difference between your preparation and also your presentation wise?
So for my study wise, my
Mm.
preparation wise, the difference was uh, I gave a lot of time to French. So I used to use your strategies of doing a 1 hour for writing. I couldn't do it daily, but I used it every other day to do one writing task whole, then just correct it and then get your feedback on it. Use all that grammar concepts on that, and I used to speak every day. Earlier, I was not doing it very consistently. So I got sessions with Payal ma'am first and then with you one on one sessions. So I was speaking a lot. And then I had one other batchmate with me to do speaking sessions one on one. At one time, I was frustrated that I'm speaking a lot. So I stopped and then consistently I did it with you only. That I'm gonna do one session at a day at the end of the week.
Yeah.
So being consistent was the difference because earlier I was not, because I was just like, it's just the first attempt, let's just see what happens.
Hmm.
But when I thought it's doable, then I got the consistency. And as per the classes, earlier we were just doing the group sessions for the preparation. After that, I switched to Pile Ma'am's preparation. It helped me a lot because they were new students. I was
Hmm.
seeing their ideas and how they are doing. They're doing very great. I can say that. One of them has already given the exam. She contacted me as well. So I'm just waiting for the results. But yeah, switching to other teachers and seeing the new students also helped me to get the motivation as to what their ideas are, what level are they on, and also they are like very, they're young, they were younger than me and they were doing better than me. I was like, okay, I need to do it too. They're younger, they can do it, I can do it too.
No, but your age does not I mean,
It
as
doesn't
long
matter.
as हाँ
Yeah. But
as
I was
long
like,
मतलब ऐसा
no.
major difference नहीं होता because 20 to 35 I would say that you have the same mindset or same similar uh development regarding languages.
Yeah, I'm 23, so
That is still very young.
yeah. But
Okay.
they were younger than me, so I was like, okay, if they can, I can too.
And yeah, you shouldn't say that they were younger. You are very young.
I
So
am. I think
yeah, no, you are.
23
Yeah.
is getting to me now.
Wait till you are 27.
20 no. चलो वो
Okay.
देखेंगे कब होगा.
हाँ, अभी तो है 4 साल ना 27 होने में.
Yeah, 4 years.
More questions. What kept you going and motivated after the first failure? I wouldn't say the first failure. That was, I mean, I was happy with your score, even if that was not what you
Yeah.
wanted. But yeah, after the first attempt, what kept you going and motivated?
So actually, in the first attempt, I got the minimum score to at least put the extension for work permit. But I was like, maybe or maybe not, my employer will support it or not. But that experience of giving the first attempt really motivated me because that helped me to figure out that it's not that hard that we think it is. Because most people are scared for speaking and you're only speaking for 10 minutes. So
Mm,
just I was like, if you're only speaking it for 10 minutes, that's fine. You can do it. Just practice. You need only 10 minutes of your life for friends. That's fine. So that it's so actually what motivated me was giving the first attempt only. Because I was
oh.
like, it's very doable. I was thinking like overthinking about it, but it's not that hard.
Mm.
it was not that hard because when I sat in front of the teacher and spoke, and I saw myself that I am speaking, and I cleared it off. It was by 1 mark that I got off, but I was like, if I can get CLB 6 in one attempt, then maybe not one more in the next one. So I was like, just go for PR then, not for the extension.
Exactly. And I feel like your work, I don't know exactly how is it, but I feel like they are very supportive
They
of
are.
this. So that
I
helps
also
as well.
thank them that thanks for being flexible with me that I could do any. They also offered me work from home. When I joined La Fourier, I was asking them that I need work from home for some time because B1 was getting to me. I was like, I can't do it. Just give me work from
Hmm.
home. So working from home and then studying till 12 that night, then getting up, just working on laptop whole day, then studying again. That helped me to just crack B1 for some time.
And I also saw on your LinkedIn that you got Employee of the Year,
Yeah,
second time in a row or
second
something.
time. Yeah,
That's amazing.
thanks.
Congrats.
The sales. Yeah, into sales for now.
Okay. No, but
Yeah.
that's great. To be, able to excel at work and studies together
Yeah,
is
it's just their
amazing.
motivation to me because they're very friendly, very flexible with the schedule. So if you don't have rotating shifts, it helps you a lot.
Okay. There's one request in the chat if they can hear you speak in French.
Sure. So should I go with présentez-vous?
Non, je peux te demander quelques questions.
Oui.
Euh, OK. Je voulais, oui, savoir, comment tu as trouvé l'équilibre entre le travail, les études, le français, ta santé physique, santé mentale, en préparant pour, l'examen et
En,
en étudiant français?
D'accord. En préparant l'examen de TCF, c'était difficile pour moi en avance car il y a beaucoup de choses pour préparer. La compréhension orale, la compréhension écrite. Après ça, il faut que je prépare pour l'écrite et après ça pour oral. Expression orale, c'était difficile pour moi en avance, mais après 2 mois, en préparation, avec vous et Payal ma'am, heu, cela m'a motivée, pour, donner, une chance, une encore chance pour, donner le TCF, et l'examineur, de TCF, c'était, motivé, et c'est, surprisant pour moi que, il me souvient. C'était, drôle, mais c'est d'accord. Pour, mon travail, et les tâches, dans la maison, c'était difficile, mais après, après heu, oui, après, j'ai parlé avec, ma superviseuse, pour, pour le télétravail. Cela m'aidait beaucoup, car il m'aide, hem, maintenir l'équilibre entre mon travail, les tâches dans la maison et après ça la préparation pour l'examen. Pour, pour, le A1, B2, c'était, difficile, avec, avec télétravail aussi car, je, j'étais, je travaillais, sur mon téléphone portable
Mmh.
et aussi, sur mon ordinateur, pour 8 heures. Et donc,
Mmh.
cela m'a stressé, mais après ça, je vais, comme je suis motivée, je dois préparer pour l'examen et après ça, je vous demandais, pour, donner, les séances pour l'expression orale, cela m'aidait beaucoup. Donc,
Hmm. Oui. Et tu étudiais pour combien d'heures chaque jour? Et comment tu pas préparais, mais c'était quoi ton emploi du temps?
donc, quelle est votre première question?
Comment tu divisais tes horaires, des études?
Hmm,
Donc, si tu étudies pendant 3 heures,
Oui,
c'était quoi? Donc, tu faisais le production orale ou écrite ou compréhension? Qu'est-ce que tu faisais?
c'est 1 heure pour les séances avec la forêt et après ça, 1 heure pour les compréhensions écrites et après ça, 1 heure pour l'expression orale sur T25 mode Prep My Future ou TCF Réussir. Après ça, pour l'expression écrite, 1 heure sur, je pense, 3 jours par une semaine, je vais donner pour l'expression écrite. Mais pour expression orale et compréhension orale, je pense, j'ai donné toutes les jours, tous les jours dans la semaine, car je pense il est nécessaire pour traîner euh, pour réussir l'examen. Et donc, les séances pour expression orale, c'est nécessaire pour tous les jours, je pense.
OK, ça va. Do you want to continue speaking in French or should I think we should switch back to English because not everyone understands French here.
Okay.
Ça va. I hope the listeners are satisfied. Uh, uh, okay, there's one question. What were the changes required in learning habits to reach B1 and B2?
Changes required was the consistency, I would say, and also focusing more on listening because it changes a lot from B1 to B2. When we switched from B1 to B2 in Cosmopolite, I remember me and my other batchmates, we were like, we are unable to understand anything. It's going so fast.
Yeah.
But Aarti ma'am just asked us to listen to it calmly and daily so that we can figure it out because there was nothing that teachers can do in our listening. We need to do it by ourselves.
Mhm.
So yeah, that helped me because listening was the toughest part for me. So yeah, the big jump from B1 to B2 is that you just need to practice consistently. I was not doing it before, but then the only option was French. So I started doing it consistently on I was not able to hear for full 40 minutes first. So what I did was doing 15-minute sessions, then going to 40-minute sessions.
Yes. That is the, I think that's the thing. You have to build your stamina to be able to listen to
Yeah.
French for an hour.
Mm,
And then, like, when you build your stamina for 1 hour, then you're able to do 40 minutes easily.
Yeah, because after some point, like after 15 to 20 minutes, you just lose your concentration because you don't
Exactly.
understand. So you need to train your ears for that.
Mhm. Exactly. And that's why I've been recommending to all my students. I told you also to, watch or just listen to 1 hour audios fully, not and something which you can relate to. And that's why I
Yeah.
suggest RJ. But then uh you said you were practicing more with something else, right? What was it?
TV sync, TV
TV
sync
sync,
mode.
yes. So yeah, the whatever
Because
why
yeah,
as long as you're practicing, that is the bigger thing that is important to me.
yeah. Because I didn't want to do 40-minute sessions and just not concentrating enough. So I started with
Exactly.
15 first.
Hmm. Good, good. Okay. Next question. What was the best part of your French learning journey?
The best part I would say is one-on-one sessions. obviously, because sometimes you do feel stressed by looking at other batchmates as well. But yeah, your batchmates helps you in other ways. But sometimes you just need time for yourself so that you can just speak for yourself. But yeah, and also I would say the sites like um, Prep My Future TV Sangmoon helped me because they sometimes have stories, and if you are fond of stories, you can just read it better. Because I was thinking of it as learning English in schools, so I was like, we used to read stories, then why not for French as well? So I started with that. But
Hmm.
we can just do that. Why not?
Okay. Sava, there's one question. Why TCF over TEF? Isn't it hard as they have more sections to pass?
So I think the question is coming from the listening thing because you need to listen to the question, then listen to the options as well. But that's only for first 8 to 10 questions, so that's fine. Also, TCF does have 3 parts in writing and then 3 parts in speaking. But it was easy for me because I was comparing it with IELTS. Because speaking is more like IELTS, that you need to do monologue instead of conversing with the examiner for whole 15 minutes. I was like, maybe I'm not able to understand the examiner's accent, which was the case because he had a very hard accent to judge. Maybe he was from Quebec or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh.
I wasn't able to understand him in the very first attempt. So I was like, maybe it's difficult to converse with an examiner for whole 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So why not just do a monologue? Because you're just speaking for yourself. You're not listening to anyone. You're just giving your opinion. You are asking questions in the second part, but that's only for 3 minutes and 30 seconds and not for the whole 15 minutes. So I
Yeah.
chose it because of that. And also, 3 tasks over two is fine because in the first task, you're just writing in something informal, which is easy. That's why I chose TCF and not TEF. The listening is hard because you're just hearing the questions. Sometimes, if you miss the question, you are out or like, what's happening? But it's just the practice.
Yeah. And I think when you are practicing, it helps a lot. When you know, matlab, if you know from the beginning that this is it,
This is the
uh,
pattern, yeah.
then you practice in such a way.
Yeah. Because we were practicing for TEF first, but I was. So I still remember the question that you need to convince your friend to eat insects with you. And I was like, I am not convinced for that. I'm going to convince my friend for that.
So can you repeat? Sorry.
Oh, yeah. So there in TEF, I still remember Aarti ma'am asking the question that you need to convince me to eat insects. I was like, I am not convinced for that. I'm going to convince someone else. So I do have one story about this with one of my followers. He was like, they asked me about eating insects in the restaurant. So I was convincing the examiner, and she said, "No, I'm religious." So what you gonna say about that? Like, how can we counter on that? So I was like,
Yeah,
"No, thanks."
there's no way to counter that.
Yeah.
And of course,
So
like if I had to, I would say something because it's the part of the exam. But
yeah,
then this in the zone is uh yeah.
I think you can only convince for something you are convinced for. If you are not convinced for something, how are you gonna convince some other person? So I was like, okay, that is it.
Yeah.
That's the question
And
I needed to know.
and I think that's why TCF is easier because you don't have to argue in TCF. You just have
Yeah,
to ask for information and that's it. Because the examiner can be very reluctant because they are supposed to be reluctant for TEF part 2.
yeah. Also for TCF second part, I actually in the first part I did ask 10 to 12 questions, but in the second attempt he was speaking so much that I think I only asked 8 questions because he was speaking so much. I was like, okay, you just speak. I'm okay with it. You can talk. So it was okay.
Nice. Okay. Uh Moving on. Did you find any difficulty in trying to understand the native accent in the test? You already said that
Yes.
he had a very
Yeah.
Quebecois accent.
I was like, what is he even saying in the first one? I was like, I need to learn his accent to give my second attempt, because what if other teachers have the same accent as him? But luckily, I got him again. So I was able to know that he's gonna talk this way.
Okay, so about accents, I have a question. So while practicing in like our B1, B2, we don't have a lot of different accents.
Yeah.
So when did that really come in for you? Okay, I should be practicing the accents, and how did you practice with different accents?
So with different accents, for listening, so you have many sides. But for speaking, what I did for myself is I used to read aloud. Whatever I'm reading, I used to read aloud in the accent as it's supposed to be. So I was just keeping in mind the main things of vowels, as to once you connect these vowels, this is the sound you need to make. And those vowels conjugation just helped me a lot, that if two vowels are connecting, just do this. So I used to listen to them and then repeat it myself. So once you listen to them and just repeat it, you know that this is the hang of the language. And one of our batchmates, he had a very good accent. I was like, okay, I'm motivated enough to see that if someone else can do it, then we can do with practice. So I used to
Hmm.
listen and then just repeat what they're saying, and also just keeping the main idea of two vowels connecting and making a different sound helped me a lot.
Okay, Sava. One more question. No, there are a few more questions in the chat. Can you recommend some French movies? I don't know. This is
Movies.
a question that we get in every live, but okay, it's for you to answer now.
So I actually was the only one that was Ratatouille. I'm fond of cartoon movies, so I just watched that. That yeah, it would help, because I would suggest the genre should be for your choice.
Hmm.
Because if not, then you're not gonna able to focus. But yeah, there are some other movies. I chose Ratatouille because that was my genre of movies I liked. So yeah, that is my recommendation. I haven't watched any other French movie. But yeah, did watch some episodes of Emily in Paris.
Mhm. In
So it
French?
was, yeah. So because my actually my supervisor recommended it to me. She's fond of that. So I was like, okay, if you want me to, I'll see it in French so I can see what's happening. But it was
Hmm.
too fast. So I
Oh,
switched to seeing the TV snack more than something. I can't do series.
okay. Well, I think they are not, I mean, series and
It
movies,
is, yeah, yeah, go ahead.
no, they are not that different from TV Sankmont.
I was not really interested in that, so I was like, okay,
Ah,
I
yeah.
can't.
Interest,
Interest
of
is the
course.
thing. If you're not
Hmm.
interested, you're not gonna watch it.
Hmm.
So I quit after 1 to 2 episodes. I was like, I'm done.
Okay. Sava, next question, an important question. Can you talk about all the sources on the internet that helped you in learning?
So for my grammar, basically, I used Quizzic. That's a free website. You just give a quiz and then just they just create a roadmap for you as to what you need to learn. But at some point, it's just the repetition was going on with that site. So I switched to Prep My Future then, so that it, because the Prep My Future has more basically as to how you can prepare for the exam. But Quizzic is nice if you do it for only like B1 B2 level, but at some time it's gonna give you repetition on the roadmap what it's created for you, and that's gonna give you repetition at some point, and you're not gonna able to focus because their grammar concepts gonna be different at some point. So then I've switched to doing it for Prep My Future. So it has different parts. You can do articles, then you can do adjectives, you can do adverbs. So I used to do single part, whatever I was interested in. And sometimes we used to do that in class as well with Aarti ma'am. used Prep My Future to see what's happening with the grammar. Sometimes we used to listen to the Prep My Future recordings. So, and TCF UC website is also there, which helped me. And
Hmm.
ChatGPT is always gonna be there for you. You can ask anything at any time. Even if you have a question at night, is it the right sentence? Okay, let me ask
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
How much do you trust ChatGPT on this?
You need to be a bit aware of the language for yourself because it sometimes give you wrong answers, and you need to ask like you're saying wrong, like you said this before, you said this. So I guess if you are aware of the language, then you can trust it more because you
Hmm.
can spot the mistakes. If not, then you can't trust it whole because it has mistakes. It gives you mistakes.
It does. It like for the most part, it's okay. But when I go to ChatGPT to ask questions about French, they are the questions which I don't know myself, and then like something very complicated, and ChatGPT fumbles so hard on that.
It
And
does fumble. You need to ask it again and again with different things. So just Google it. You can Google it,
yeah, it's better to
then
Google
check
it,
it on
and then
ChatGPT.
and also sometimes some forums help me, like there's word reference forum, Reddit forums, which help me, and then I try to make some sense of it, and then I make it as my own understanding.
Yeah. Also, I would suggest TV Sync mode because it has an audio which you can, and it gives you on the same audio, listening, reading, everything. So at first, it helped me a lot because it has different topics, and you can check
Hmm.
that you can check. So that also helped me to see what I'm doing wrong or what, because while you're listening to the audio they have the transcripts on TV sync mode, so you just see what they're talking about. And also what I did for myself, I used to record myself while I was speaking so that I can see what I'm doing wrong.
Hmm. Yeah, that is very important. I mean, I recommend it to you as well, and
Yeah.
to like especially for those who struggle with some sentence structures and all. When you speak, you don't realize that you're making a mistake many times.
Yeah, then you need to
So
recheck what you were doing.
exactly.
Sometimes only sometimes you realize in the meanwhile
Hmm.
that yeah it was wrong, but then it's too late for you to correct because you already said it. So
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. While talking about resources, can you tell me how like the resources that we shared from our end, like La Forest shared, how were they, and were they short of anything, or were they sufficient, or were they too much? How was it?
So the resources that I can think of from La Foray, first of all was the Cosmopolite book, then it was Prep My Future, then it was Reuseed website. So first of all, as I already mentioned, Cosmopolite is very good for listening, and also it has mock tests on that, which helped me to see if we are even at the level to start the preparation. So for listening also it has the same concepts of conversations which helped me. After that on B1 we started with Prep My Future, which helped me to improve my grammar, then listening, and also it had the reading questions which were exam pattern like, so it helped me to see if I'm even ready for the exam or not. And also we could do the speaking and send you the recordings to see if you are okay at the exam level for the preparation. So I guess that also helped me. Then the UC website also has all the mock tests you can do. And after doing mock tests on the same level exam, that also helps you a lot. It is a bit different than how the exam works on the laptop of Alliance Francaise. Like the site is a bit different there, but still the mock tests are better at UC
Hmm.
website. So I guess for Prep My Future, you can see up to B2 level, you can improve yourself and then use UC for the preparation.
Hmm. Okay, so Prep My Future did help, right?
Yeah, because I
Because
only improved my grammar on that, and then listening and reading I used to do
hmm,
on that before switching to some other set sites.
Yeah. So recently, a couple of us, like only the faculties we were discussing that Prep My Future, it is a little outdated in terms of exam
Yeah,
pattern and all. But for grammar, it helps a lot. And that is what I want the students to know as well, that, it is very helpful. Maybe A2 onwards. A2 till
yeah,
B2, that Prep My Future gives you a good base, because A1, A2 may sometimes we don't practice enough for the grammar. So
yeah.
you practice good grammar on Prep My Future. And
Basically, for
Smiley,
articles and yes, go ahead.
no, basically for articles.
Oh yeah, so for basically for articles and adjectives, it gives you the answer as to why you were wrong, and then why
Yeah.
this one would be the right answer. Because in articles there are like many things, the or you are using it or not. Sometimes you use it, sometimes you don't use it. It was very confusing, but then it gives you the whole explanations as to why, so then you
Hmm,
can understand better.
exactly. And since a few months, we have partnered with Prep My Future. So it's only, I don't know if you know, Smiley, but in India, we are the official partners
Yes, yes,
with
Saurabh
Prep
told
My
me.
Future.
Yeah,
Yeah. So, like, just for the listeners, if like we are able to provide special rates and discounts on Prep My Future, uh, so that's why you can, take advantage of it because we are the official partners now.
yeah.
Okay. There was one more question. Oh, two more. Any mistake that you made during prep that others should avoid? Very important question.
Leaving the live sessions, like not attending the live sessions. Sometimes I would just not attend the live sessions, but trust me, no one watches the recorded sessions. They are just there on your email. You're not gonna watch it. You just know that it's there, but you're not gonna see it again. Some people may
Yes.
have may see it, but I was not very consistent on watching the recorded sessions if I leave the live session. So even if you're not feeling it, just still attend the live session because it's still gonna help you out by seeing how others are performing.
Yes. And that is what I keep saying to my students. I have, like, I currently have only one batch of, we are currently in B1. And there's a lot of irregularity. So I keep asking them, and they keep asking me for the recording. But I give
Yeah,
the recording. That's not a problem because that's available. Then why won't I give? But then to be regular is one thing, and like to practice by yourself is one thing, and attending the live
yeah.
sessions in one thing.
One thing, yeah. Because live session is a different experience. And then using the recorded sessions or just self study does not work the same way as live sessions because you're gonna get the comments from the teacher so you can see what where you're going wrong.
Yes, exactly. So I don't know if my students are here, but yeah, that's like a,
Yeah, no one watches
yeah,
the recorded session. Trust me, no one watches it. I know.
yeah. Even I know, I mean, that's why I give easily कि मतलब what will you do with the recording? I feel like
Yeah.
it कि okay, you have the recording, but then ask questions from it because
Yeah,
I'm sure कि
because
सब कुछ तो नहीं समझ आया होगा.
if you're doing listening in the sessions, live sessions, how you're gonna see it in the recorded sessions, like how you're gonna prepare that.
Exactement. Ça va. Uh, okay. Jabir has one question which I want to take a little later. Preeti has one question. Will you be learning French language more?
I'm planning to because after I was done with the B2 level and then started the prep, I actually got to know that I actually like the language now, and maybe it's something that I can work on more. It actually opens many opportunities here in Canada because there it's the official language. You can get a government job. You can just work in a call center that's bilingual and just get a higher pay rate for yourself because
Hmm.
you're bilingual. That's one of your skills that's adding up to it. So I guess if I do want to go that way, I would learn more. for now I'm done because I'm just taking a break for now.
Hmm. And are you also planning to give the DELF exam now?
Yes, but after like 6 to 7 months, I'm just taking a break. Then I will give
Yeah,
DELF because that's a lifetime certificate. TCF is gonna
exactly.
expire in 2 years.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So yeah, when you prepare, you can tell me again. I will
yeah,
meet you
I
with
will
that.
let you know, no problem. So I can
Yeah,
just get a lifetime certificate so I can show it off. That, yeah, I know friends.
exactly. Uh, okay. I had more questions. Mm, what study methods did you find the most effective?
So for study methods, I would say the most effective for the prep is you just go with the exam pattern. If you're writing, just do it within the time of 1 hour. That helped me a lot for prepping for the exam. But before the prep of the exam, I would say the method that would work is just giving enough time. You just see as to where you're lacking. See YouTube videos if you're just focus on what's interesting to you in the starting, and once you move on to the prep, then just be exam specific only. Because I have heard that even French speakers are unable to crack the exam because it has a pattern. You need to be exam
Exactly.
specific for that. You need to just learn as to how it's gonna
Hmm.
go, just focus on that.
Hmm. Then there's one question. Wait. How did you train your ears for fast French?
I just used YouTube videos a lot. Just see the vlogs or whatever kind of videos you're interested in. And after that, as I already mentioned, TV sync mode, shorter sessions. And after, because the TV sync mode also has some videos. You can watch the videos there and also see the transcription. Transcription is there so you know what they're talking about. And then you answer some questions. So you learn different accents. And then for fast French, I use Prep My Future and the Use Here website because they have exam like pattern. So for fast French also I recommend Cosmopolitan B2. That's very fast. Trust me, that's
Hmm.
very fast. And it had the whole conversation going. But yeah,
Yes.
working in a call center already has my ears trained to listen more.
Hmm.
I'm already I think I'm good at it, but for French it was different. For French I needed to train it first because after 15 to 20 minutes you're gonna lose your concentration. So I recommend doing shorter sessions, then moving on to the faster sessions. That's how I trained it. And then listening regularly helps. If you miss 1 or 2 days, your ears are gonna say no, we can't
Hmm.
concentrate.
True, true,
Because
true.
that did happen to me on the first attempt.
And even for me, being in the being a teacher, I have to keep on listening to a few things regularly so that, I have, of course, new ideas and all, but more than that, to keep myself, with the flow. If not, like if I don't listen to it, then even for me, even though I continue to teach, I will lose on some of my qualities.
Yeah, because you can't understand each and every word, but just at least get the idea of what they're talking.
Hmm, exactly. Okay. A question: how many hours should one give for to clear at least Delph B1 or Delph B2?
So for what did the thing for me was doing 2 to 3 hours after the live session. So I guess 2 hours is necessary after the live session. So in basically 3 hours daily should be necessary, I guess, because it's a new language. And if you're targeting to do it within a few months or within a year, then you need to give 3 hours at least in a day.
Hmm. Okay. And just to add to that, I think it's different for everyone. Okay.
Yes, it
It's
is.
not
Yeah.
going to be a fix sure shot like it's not like a medicine that it works the same for everyone.
Yeah.
It depends on your capacity to learn. So for someone it might take 1 hour, and for others it might take 4 hours. So you know
That's true.
yourself best to decide that. But like
Yeah.
for Smiley, it worked for 2 to 3 hours. Someone might need more or less.
Yeah, because
Okay.
yeah, it worked for me, but yes, it's different for everyone. I have
Hmm.
colleagues who are doing it, so I know their struggles.
Exactly. So I know you did all like self-study, group sessions, and one-on-one sessions.
One-on-one sessions, yeah.
Yeah. So which one was your preferred at La Forest
So
specifically?
so yeah, I have done basically everything. First of all, live sessions are always helpful because you're
Mm,
getting every comment and you're seeing other progresses as well. So one-on-one sessions helped me when I was going more TCF exam prep because I was only focusing on the exam things. But also, group sessions are also good because you're seeing others how they are performing. But I would prefer for myself the live sessions with all of them, like group studies that
mm,
we were doing for learning the friends before doing the prep sessions, because that when you're learning something and you see others doing that and then seeing the motivation for learning the french. But for TCF prep I would say one-on-one sessions helped me a lot because I was seeing only my progress at that time, because after the first attempt it was just my goal to just do it, because I knew after the second I couldn't do anymore. I was done
mm.
with it.
True, true. One question, have you ever used French in a real life situation?
No, no one speaks French in BC. But only I used the French when I was at Alliance Francaise because all of the staff there speaks in French with you. They don't
Ah,
they don't really expect you to speak in English with them, so they speak French. So only there I used French. Otherwise, no one uses French here in BC, so it's not very useful here. But yeah, maybe when I go to Quebec, Montreal, then I'm gonna use it with the French speakers there. But
mhm.
they're not really here in BC.
That is, I don't know why I was expecting a completely different answer here.
Yeah, because you might think that there are life situation, but
Hmm.
no, people don't talk here. But even yeah, there are not many like French speakers here. But I've only heard people like in my bus. I used to listen to a person. He was always on the phone when I was in the bus, and he was talking to someone. I was like, at first when I didn't know much about the French. I was like, he's speaking French. I could understand some words, but then after I got the hang of the language, I used to listen to him carefully as to what he's saying, because I can understand you. That's the only situation I had in my real life for seeing a
And
French speaker
what
here.
did he what did he talk about on the phone?
Just the family things, because
Uh,
yeah, and whatnot about
he was
school.
possibly
But
talking to
yeah,
family.
yeah, but he mostly talked about schools or something. So he might be a parent. I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What were your go-to? No, can you give me some go-to tips and tricks to improve each part, like listening, reading, writing, and speaking?
So for speaking, I would say just you need to be aware what you're saying and show off the grammar as to, because that's necessary. They are just not looking at your opinion, they just want to see what level are you on. So you need to show off the grammar and just record yourself while you're speaking so you can just rewatch the video and see where you're making mistakes. One-on-one sessions or group sessions for the exam prep helps. For reading, I recommend you can read stories of whatever genre you like, or you just read some articles from Le Journal, it was, or I forgot the name of that newspaper that's very popular for reading articles on French. It has various topics. And also for reading, I recommend, yeah, just reading the stories and seeing the grammar, what they're using there. And also the which site, Quizik, I was using for
Hmm.
reading. And after that, listening, you need to do it daily. If you miss one day, it's gonna go away. So for listening, you just need start with smaller sessions so that you can train it and just increase the frequency and the quantity of that. And what's left? Speaking, writing.
Hmm.
Writing, you start with something that you are aware of. You just write about your family, your favorite restaurant or something. Then just increase the topic to a like higher level, writing articles on giving some opinions. So you use your all of the grammar skills. We don't really use many past things, but when they are asking you to describe a situation, so you must know how you're gonna say it in the past and imperfect as well. Because firstly, I was focusing only on the present things because we were discussing with one of my batchmates and he was saying we don't really use past things when we're talking to our friends. So why would we just go for it? Then I was like, no, when we're describing something of a past event, we need that.
Exactly.
So we need to use it. So yeah, you need to show off your grammar and all these skills.
Hmm. And that is what I keep telling everyone. And I don't know why this is a thing even. Like the more structures you use, the better it is going to be for your score. Why is this not common sense? I don't get it.
Yeah, because if you're using subjunctive, gerundive, they know that you studied it in the B2 level because that's not the topics that you cover in B1 or A2. So they know that you studied that much. So you can use your subjunctive conditional very perfectly to take the
Hmm.
flow of the language because you see the grammar, but to use it effectively you need that B2 level listenings, readings, so you know that how to make a flow with those sentences. So they
Exactly.
seeing that.
Exactly. So yeah, it is better. Okay. I'll take questions from the chat and then I'll put my questions. There's one question. Is translating everything a good idea or a bad idea?
It is a bad idea because French does not follow the same rules as English. You might say a totally different thing if you're just translating. 'Cause earlier I was translating, but it shows when you write after translating in your mind, it shows that you're translating because English pattern of the sentence is very different than French. So, and French is very, I would say it has its own pattern and how they write stuff or how they speak it in a different way. So if you're translating everything, it will show that you translated it. I also saw it in my writings that yes, it's just translation. I didn't think anything in French. So speaking from the exam perspective, it's not a good idea to translate everything.
Yeah, and not just from an exam perspective, from a language perspective. If you are
Yeah,
translating everything, then you lose a lot of meaning in translation.
yeah, because it's different,
Hmm.
very different meaning.
Exactly. That's not because if you're translating, you're still focusing on your main language, like the language that you know previously. If you're still taking the support of that language, then there's no use of learning the new one.
Yeah, that's true. Because translation actually doesn't, it just totally changes the meaning, and the other
Exactly.
person will know that you're just translating and it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. The earlier you let go of translation, and the better it will be.
Yeah, if you start thinking in French, it will be a flow. Then you can speak in
Exactly.
a flow.
Exactly. Ishita has a question. How did you start learning passé composé without getting confused? It's very difficult for Ishita to practice, and she keeps forgetting the conjugations.
Passe compose, it is a bit difficult because you're using different avoir and être for different situations, but there is a list of verbs that you're using with être, and that is most of the moving verbs, I would say, for a human or to move things. And you already have a list of them, and once you start reading and doing other thing and doing other skills for French, you would know that this is wrong. This is not how we say it, and this is not how we do it. What how I did it was just describing something of past, like how did I pass my weekend last weekend, and how did it went. I watched a movie. How was it? Just describing some small events, writing small, starting from small sentences and seeing if it's correct or not, and then improving myself was the key because it is a bit difficult, but you already have the list of. You just need to remember that, yeah, and once you practice, you will know that this is wrong, this is right.
And I think for conjugations, like in general, not just passive composite, it is really important to practice them just
Yeah,
for practicing the conjugations. Conjugations are a challenge for new learners, but you have to understand that it only comes with practice.
yeah,
Okay. Uh, I tell my students that in French schools and in France also, for school kids and even the adults who are learning to speak French, in schools they do make them write the conjugations.
yeah. I have
Uh,
also written them.
yeah, so that is how the French natives learn as well. So there's no shame in writing and learning the conjugations, okay? We have to learn the conjugations the way we learn tables when we were
Yeah,
young. We wrote the tables, right? 2 ka table, 3 ka table, 5 ka table, whatever. So that is the
yeah.
way you
That's how
have
I
to
did
learn
as well.
conjugations.
Yeah, I've written all of them, like whole. Sometimes I see that notebook and I'm like, why have you written? I'm like, at that point of time, I needed it. If I
Exactly.
haven't written it, I couldn't have done it.
Exactly. And it shows that like later when I see students in B1, B2, I can make it that this student has practiced conjugations in A1, A2 or no. I
Yeah,
can sense it.
yeah. It's necessary because without conjugation, it's just nothing.
Exactly. Sava. Tell me about mock tests, like how much of importance were given by mock tests? Like
So I
how much
guess
importance would you give to mock tests? Sorry.
mock tests are basically the key to crack the exam because if you don't know the pattern, you just you just know the language, it's not going to help you because even if you know the English but don't know the pattern of IELTS, you're not going to be able to crack it because exam specific preparation, I guess, is necessary. As if you do the mock test, you know that in the exam environment this will be the thing, so you get comfortable with it. Otherwise, if you just got to know at that point of time that I think this is less time for me to write all three tasks 1 hour, and that's not going to help you. So I think mock tests are necessary so you get comfortable with the exam environment there and you don't get very stressed or nervous at that time. So you already comfortable, you already know what's going to happen. So then it's going to help you a lot to crack the exam. If you haven't done the mock test, then I don't really think then that it's possible.
Hmm. Yes. Next question. What advice would you give to the future test takers?
I would advise not to do a long vacation as I did. It really did gave me a break, and also I lost the motivation. And also be consistent, join all the live sessions because you also know that you're not gonna see the recorded sessions. Everyone knows that we're not gonna see it and it's gonna break the momentum. If you skip one, then you're gonna be motivated to skip others too. Then you're not gonna be doing anything. That's what happened to me as well. But yeah, then you need to understand that you're doing it for PR. That's a very big thing. It's very, very hard right now. PR is the basic thing that we need to require here. So I guess French is the only way right now that you can get
Hmm.
French, sorry, PR as soon as possible. I have only been here 4 years, and to answer that question as well, that it's not confirmed. I'm just waiting for the draw actually, but my points are already at 504 after doing 12th. So Just keep in mind you're doing it for PR. That's a very big step. And just be consistent. Don't miss the sessions.
Hmm. Okay. You already talked about your setbacks and any specific strategies to avoid common pitfalls.
So the strategy I would say is for listening. That what happened to me was to not listen consistently. You need to listen regularly. So that I guess should be a strategy, that even if you can just listen for 10 minutes daily, so you know that your ears are getting trained. Even for 10 minutes, if you're not getting interest, do it for 10 minutes. You are eventually going to get interested in the language. You are going to see that you like the language more. And for other strategies, I would say just focus on the grammar at the very beginning, because good base of grammar is what's going to help you in B1 and B2 levels, and then the exam prep. So I guess grammar should be your main goal for A1, A2. So you cover it all and then just move on to improve the language.
Okay. One question about, can you talk about LAFORE? Like, how did the teachers, resources, and like overall, how what was the contribution of LAFORE with this whole journey?
I'm very, very thankful. That's what I made for the first reel without you guys even asking me, because I was seeing that how you guys are motivating me, and you were there for me after the first attempt as well, as to you could see I have the potential maybe, and then you helped me. And if like after the first attempt you gave up on me, then I would not be able to clear it. So yeah,
No,
I was
personally.
really, really thankful that yeah, they're still there, they're still helping me. And also the group sessions with Aarti ma'am helped me a lot. And after that, Payal ma'am, she was she was like she one sentence of her I still remember. She was like, I don't want to see you next time in any prep classes. You need to have it in the second one. So I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I don't want to go to another prep session. I need to do it. So yeah, I guess. And also with the resources that you guys provided, that was the Cosmopolite, the Prep My Future UC website. Everything worked wonders for me. The one-on-one sessions, I'm very, very thankful that you were there. Even on the weekends, you were there. That yeah, if you want the session, just call me. Just call me. So I was okay that yeah, someone's there to help me. So that helped me a lot.
Yeah, that was like a personal touch. ऐसा थोड़ा
Yeah.
weekends वाला, yeah, because many weekends I am available. Many weekends, and yeah. So yeah, okay. There's one question. I don't know. What's the best way to build vocabulary without forgetting?
So what I did for vocabulary, I just use Google Sheets. But the main thing to not forget is to just practice. Because if you're not practicing it, then it's your mind is not gonna remember the vocabulary, and then you're gonna use the same vocab as even E2 that you already have in mind. And if you want to be at B1, B2 level, you need to practice with some difficult words all the time. Use it some words all the time so you know that this is it. If you don't practice, so I guess practice is the key. If you don't practice, you're gonna forget. Because it's not about remembering, you need to use it in a sentence to
Hmm,
remember it.
exactly. Okay. Well, for vocabulary also, like making lists is not great as long as you don't use, because you find a lot of lists online. हमारी website पे भी है बहुत सारी lists, but then how you use it changes
Yeah,
the
so
game.
my vocabulary sheet also had uh, a column for sentences.
Hmm.
So I use some sentences. So when I'm seeing the vocabulary list, I will see what the sentence is saying about it. Because if I'm writing one adverb, I don't know how I'm gonna use it. If I'm writing resimo or something, then how I'm gonna use it. It's in the sentence only that how I'm gonna use that word.
Hmm. Okay. Well, I think those are all the questions in the chat, and I think that's all I wanted to ask, Smiley, would you like to give me some, uh, okay. Can you please share your daily routine? Like what you practice daily?
So
We've
after the
already
live
covered this a little, but okay.
Yeah. So after the live session, I used to do writing alternate days, 1 hour every other day to practice my writing. And for reading and listening, I would do it actually every day. So 1 hour for reading, 1 hour for listening after the live session. For speaking, I guess the live session were covering it for me for the prep. Before that, I was doing it, making like just recording myself for the videos. So yeah, after work, that was my schedule to just give uh, 2 to 3 hours daily to friends.
Okay. Well, uh, so just for you, as the last question and something to conclude as well, about like how do you feel now, with friends, with whatever you have achieved as a life man at the age of 23,
Yeah,
and it must be very fulfilling. So tell
it is.
me how you are feeling with this.
Yeah, that's what I feel that at 23 I have done so much. I got I got here in Canada, then I'm ready for PR. Everyone's keep asking me on Insta, but like after 12th, how do you have this much score? And I'm like, it's all due to the French language. And also it has opened many doors for me here in Canada, and I can get as much opportunities here I want. So that's also motivating me to just, if I want to, I will just go to Delft B2 to just clear that off. So yeah, I guess it has been a journey, a good tough year. And I was quitting a roller coaster ride. It was, but yeah, at the end I needed to finish it what I started. So yes, I feel very happy that at this age I have accomplished so many things. My employers also say that you're so young, you have so much time. But I was like, I have 1 year left for getting PR, so I need to do that first. So yeah, it's really fulfilling that yeah, I have done something, because I was like, I can't quit at that time.
And it will still take you some time, right, to get your PR. It's not an easy journey still.
So I guess I already have the points now.
Hmm.
I'm
No,
just
but
waiting
like
for
there's a
draw.
lot of waiting, and then there are some processes that you have to do.
Yeah, but literally, I don't have any tension now. I also tell
Oh,
my colleagues that I'm tension free. I'm just gonna go around, see the places which I didn't because of friends. I'm just
hmm.
gonna do my thing now. I'm not gonna study anything for some time.
Yes, that is for sure. You have to take a
Yeah,
break now. And one good thing is that you didn't. Uh, I mean, I don't know if you were stressing enough or not, but to me, it felt like you were not extremely stressed and hyper for French.
I was not extremely stressed because I was like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And all, but the most thing that kept me calm was my work. They were
Hmm.
very flexible with me. So and they were, and also I was in the first time that I got the minimum for extension. So I was like, okay, if it's not gonna happen, I'll just extend it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because I was just stressed by then, like frustrated from the language. But then
Hmm.
I was like, what if they don't help me for some reason? And just get the PR now.
Hmm.
So I told them already that I don't need that, but thanks for being supportive.
That's very nice. And it's very nice to see, how like everything came around for you and work-wise, friends, family, like all the environment is just right for you.
Yeah,
So that's
but yeah,
great.
there are things that kept me to like quit, but I don't recommend it to anyone. It's very doable. Just don't quit. There are
Hmm.
gonna be very many things for emotionally, financially. Just keep it on side for some time and just do it. It's gonna work
Hmm.
wonders.
Maybe. And then for me, this is very inspiring, because Yeah, because you are young, that is one.
Yeah,
And also, like, it's great. I mean, others have also cleared, like, we've had a lot of successes with the TCF, but
yeah.
this one, I don't know, it feels a little different, and yeah, it feels nice that you did it.
Thanks. All thanks to your team.
Yeah, and yeah, the team, even not and not just the faculties, I would say, like all the staff who, helps set up all the sessions,
Yeah,
and
because it was
it's
very flexible. Whenever I needed to change anything, they will just do it for me. So it was very, very
yes,
kind.
that helps a lot, really. So thank you to my team as well. Thanks to you, Smiley, for doing this, and also to the social media team for making this happen. See, this also is a great way to, reach the students and
Yeah,
motivate them, because this is very motivating for students as well.
yeah,
Also, Smiley has started counseling for those who want some, tips
yeah.
and
Because
whatever.
people keep asking me, we want to speak to someone who has already did it. So I was like, okay, why not?
Yeah, yeah. So yes, people, you can approach Smiley or us. Just let us know. Okay. So I think we will end this session here. It has been long, and thank you so much for your time.
No problem.
And keep in touch. Of course, you're
Yes,
connected on
yes,
Instagram,
of
so
course. You're gonna
okay.
see all my vlogs of
Yes, and when
Canada,
you come to India, you have to visit Ahmedabad this time.
Ahmedabad. That's far, but I'll try.
Yes, you should. Thank you so much, Smiley.
No
Merci
problem.
beaucoup.
Thank you.
Au revoir.
Merci. Au revoir.